So we've all seen the reaction. Amber Heard comes out of the witness box, Johnny Depp's moving somewhere, Amber Heard reacts, alright, reacts. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prove, through explaining how the basics of the limbic system works, okay, that fight or flight reaction, remember this is not my opinion, I'm going to give you the science behind it, why I believe Amber Heard's reaction to be fake, to be a performance, if you will, rather than truly being scared of Johnny Depp. Now again, I know this is going to evoke a lot of emotion inside some of you here, but I'm going to give you the facts, I'm going to give you the science. And if you still want to argue with this, then please comment below. And what I mean by that is if you listen by the end of the video, even if you're an Amber Heard fan, and remember, this is probably going to make me a bit unpopular here, I don't care about Johnny Depp. I don't care about Amber Heard. They probably care as much about believing Bruce, alright? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you that fair and balanced approach. Now remember, this subject is something that I've thought long and hard about. As all of my videos that I do, I try to be, as balanced as possible. I fight against my conscious and subconscious bias regularly. We all get drawn down these emotional avenues. Not only that, I've got young daughters as well. Yeah, so this is something that I don't take lightly. I'm not doing for, the attraction, the fame, the views or whatever. It's a very sensitive subject that needs to be dealt with appropriately, but also it's okay to speak the truth. One of the behaviours that we discuss at my company is offer without fear. Yeah, the ability to say what you think. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about being in a safe enough environment to say, hey, this is what I believe right now. And the benefit with doing that, of offering without fear, is you bring more of yourself to the table. This empowers corporate organisations all over the world, as well as the other behaviours, to have better, more open, more transparent, more factual-based collaborative conversations that help the mental health and the well-being within the people within their organisations and ultimately the performance of the business. But by the end of this video, you will at least have a standpoint, a position where, okay, Bruce has explained the science behind it, I can get where he's coming from. It's not a witch hunt. Absolutely not. I can only show you what Amber Heard does and doesn't do. I can't make that up. I haven't got a little earpiece in Amber Heard's ear. Do this, do that. Alright, but I'm going to break it down. I'm going to show you so you'll understand the neuroscience, the non-verbal communication, the limbic system, the fight or flight, where the amygdala, the emotional seat of fear, sits in the body, to allow you to have a better understanding of, okay, I can see what's going on here, but also that you can understand your head and heart better as well. I received a ton of messages asking, believe in Bruce. Was Amber Heard sniffing something off her tissue? Was it an illegal substance? And again, I could have jumped on that and done an evocative and emotional and, potentially irrational video analysis of that. But I just believe she was blowing her nose. I genuinely believe that. But that should give me some credibility when I'm saying, okay, I think she hasn't done this, or I think she's unauthentic here. That there's some data behind it, there's some truth. So what I want to explain here is the lack of the instantaneous response that we get from the limbic system. But before I do that, if you're new to the Believe in Bruce channel, welcome. And again, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for the love and support. It would be great if you could press that subscribe button below, give me a thumbs up for the like, and also put your comments below about what you're thinking about this video, what you're thinking about the trial in general. So yeah, subscribe, like, leave your comments below, show the channel some love. So the limbic system, the autonomous part of the brain, strongly associated with non-verbal communication. Now, you will understand your limbic system. You've been scared before, haven't you? Of course you have. Yeah, you felt fear. You've also been shocked. Yeah, and this is what I want to focus on. You see all these videos on social media now about where you've got, I don't know, somebody, hiding behind a door, or somebody jumps out, or someone's walking on the street and they go boom. Yeah, the instant reaction of the automatic nervous system, okay, it's to bypass certain parts of the brain. This is where we truly get to the reptilian side, that actual fight, flight, the survival, yeah? And that's why you see people jump. Your body doesn't think, oh, I might jump and then it jumps. Or I might scream and then I'll scream. It just happens instantly. The amygdala takes control. It bypasses the prefrontal cortex, bypasses other parts of the brain, the more logic side of the brain, and we just react. We'll jump. At that moment, we're in gamma state. We are highly psychologically aroused, highly psychologically aroused. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because if you watch Amber Heard's reaction, okay, she comes off the stand and there's a moment where she sees Johnny Depp. Now, her reaction that follows, there's a delay. There's a gap. It's not as instantaneous. Remember, if you're walking into your front room and somebody goes, rah, in an instant, boom, you react. Amber's reaction is that of a high proportion, a high degree of fright, of fear, of self-preservation. The problem with it is there's too much time elapses. Even though we're talking about half a second, 3/4 of a second. The moment somebody screams at you, you jump. Therefore, the reaction that Amber gives, if that was going to occur, that would have happened the moment she saw Johnny Depp coming towards her. Not the pause and then react like that. That type of reaction. I could understand her stopping. I could understand her maybe taking a step back. But it doesn't go with what the brain tells us to do. And if you're arguing against this, you're arguing against biology. All you have to do is play it out in your own mind, hundreds of previous examples, what's happened to you personally. The moment you get really scared, you will react. Yeah? There's no gap, there's no delay. That's how we are built. That's how the autonomous nervous system takes care of us. Yeah? That's how that limbic system just kicks in. So what we've got is we see Amber looking at Johnny. Then there's a pause. The pause is where the prefrontal cortex comes in. The logical part of the brain. It's also called the lion part of the brain. Yeah, imagine you've been texting somebody that you shouldn't have texted before, or you've been sending messages, voice notes, whatever it is. And then you get challenged and your partner's maybe's got your phone in their hands. Who's this? Who you've been sending voicemails to, voice notes, photographs even, videos. The limbic system kicks in. The amygdala says, whoa, we've got a threat here. Woo, woo, woo. That's my impression of an alarm. But what goes on is that you cannot speak. The globber sensation kicks in. Your brain is in that gamma state. You can't formulate your words. Then your partner throws the phone at you. This is the pause. And then your partner retreats. And as your partner retreats and goes down the stairs or goes elsewhere out your vicinity, your states start to come down. The megahertz start to change. That's when the prefrontal cortex takes over from the amygdala and you come up with the lie. And you've all been there. You've all come up with the lie after you've had that particular pause. So it's because of the pause within Amber Heard that the limbic system does not allow. One could rationalise logically that she does not feel the fear that she is trying to convey because it didn't happen like this. And I'm just talking that half second, it does not happen. She sees him at that point there, the limbic system would have reacted. And this is my point here. This is why I think it's a fake reaction. This is why I think it's a performance for the cameras. And I get it. I understand it. Johnny Depp's not perfect either. You've been listening to the recordings. It's very much a duality toxic type relationship where both of them have been involved to some extent. They've both been each other's triggers. What I'm saying is Johnny Depp is not as white as white. You've heard the voice recordings. Johnny Depp has been involved to some degree in influencing Amber Heard's behaviours. Again, I'm fair and I'm balanced. But I'm also fair and balanced and allowed to say that I do think that Amber Heard doesn't feel as much fear as she tried to portray, as she's maybe wanted the audience to witness, to maybe pull them on side. And she's been let down by her own limbic system. She's been let down by her own brain. She's been let down by her own fight or flight system. Because biologically, we haven't got control over this. If she was as frightened as she was trying to portray, that limbic system, that amygdala would have happened in a millisecond. Just like when you're walking into a room, somebody jumps out and scares you, boom, you don't even think about it. It just reacts. And again, when you look at conversations, relationships are very hard. Yeah, you look at your own relationship, maybe it's previous relationships that you've had. Communication is a big area that we can all improve on, massively improve on. I'm actually running a webinar in June, half an hour. Yeah, half an hour. I get asked, you wouldn't believe the amount of messages I get, Bruce, can you help me with my thoughts, with my feelings, with my mental health, with our well-being, yeah? So what I'm doing is I'm putting on a free webinar, 30 minutes initially. That's going to be the first one. We'll be looking at positive and performance psychology, helping you to become more aware of your head and heart, how to have more beneficial thoughts, how to have more beneficial feelings, yeah? How to know and love yourself a little bit better, but also, once you've got that base level awareness of yourself, it's about how to engage with other people better. How to have that awareness of what makes them tick, what makes them happy. Whereabouts is that balance between you and them. And again, the reason why we're producing this video is there was an imbalance between Amber and Johnny. They're humans, they've got heads, they've got hearts. They'll probably look back at things and think, you know what, there was probably a better way to do that. But in the moment, because of that lack of awareness, because of that lack of control, things happen that, aren't advantageous to one party or indeed both parties. Maybe as if Amber and Johnny had some training, I'm not saying from Believer and Bruce, but just to help them with their thoughts and their feelings, we wouldn't have got to the unfortunate situation where we are today. So if you are interested and you want to come along to learn more about your head and heart and how to control it, how to ultimately be a more happier and higher productive version of yourself, then the link is in below. It would be great to see you on the webinar. But more important than any of this, Believer and Bruce, please remember to be kind to yourselves and each other.